I'm excited. LSU is going to be fun. It's going to be fun to go all the way over to Louisiana, Baton Rouge. I hear it's crazy over there. So we're pretty excited to go down there and, just keep playing baseball the way we've been playing. Hopefully we can keep the train rolling a little bit.
What are you most anxious about, or anything like that, having it be your first go at it?
Well, obviously I'm really excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to get back out there and try and keep this season going. We're taking it one game at a time, and we just want to keep it going. See how long we can take this thing.
A game here or there during the season, and maybe you guys were hosting a regional, and you've beaten a lot of the national seeds. Do you feel like you guys can play with anybody?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely talked about that when we were watching. We took the series against UCLA, swept Oregon, so we feel that we can beat pretty much anybody if we play the way we should play. And we've seen our ups and downs this year. With pitching or hitting not being there, but hopefully we're hitting our peak at the right time. We've been playing really good baseball the last couple of weeks, so hopefully we can keep it going.
You talk about ups and downs. How does it feel that you're really on and up? Good last few series, and then following coming in with the Oregon win.
It feels great. It's awesome, but it's behind us now, and we got to keep moving forward. It doesn't really matter what happens. Everything's kind of wiped clean at this point. Past records don't really matter. It's just what you do from here on out. So hopefully we can, again, keep that momentum.
You're one of the bigger hitters on the team. Are you excited to get to an SEC type stadium, or maybe you can knock it out of there a couple times?
Yeah, definitely excited. Hopefully I won't change anything. Try and keep everything the same. It'll just be kind of on a bigger scale, I guess, in front of a big crowd.
Have you played down there? Jake says he has. He's played tournaments in Florida. Have you ever played in that kind of humidity in your baseball life?
I've played a couple tournaments in Florida, but obviously nothing like in front of 12,000 fans like we might see down there. So I can't say that I know exactly what the environment would be like, but I'm excited to see what it'll be like.
I know you're a Northwest guy, but were you recruited by any SEC schools?
No, I wasn't. I was actually just mostly all Pac-12 schools.
And for you this week, to get ready physically, you've got some kind of rehab and treatment and stuff going on.
Yeah, little rehab. It's nothing major. It's just some soreness in my shin, calf area, like a bone bruise or something from taking a foul ball off the leg. But I'll be ready to go once Friday comes around.
When did that happen?
It happened like probably 5 weeks ago, Stanford series, and it's just gotten worse and worse since. So we're figuring it out.
Are you guys a little bit surprised with the Oregon getting the national seed?
Yeah, we're surprised, but that's kind of all behind us now. We're moving on to what we're doing. Not really worried about them anymore until maybe they cross our path down the road. So it's all about us now.
Do you feel like playing just last weekend an emotional series where it was kind of pressure packed, kind of felt like maybe a postseason series helps you guys?
Yeah, it's cool that we kind of almost treated that like the start of playoffs because that's how much it meant to us. So yeah, it's kind of like a little kickstart for us.
As a freshman, do you try to pick the brains of some of the older guys, or do you go in there and do your thing?
I've talked to a bunch of older guys about their experiences with the team. I've heard a lot of stories about last year, what happened in the Super Regional, just going up against a great opponent at a crazy environment in Vanderbilt. So yeah, I've picked the brains of some older guys. Just I don't know, just how to deal with some of that stuff, I guess. So yeah, for sure.
And yet, when you say it's all behind you now this past weekend, can't do anything about seeds and all that stuff. What was the weekend like to be part of, though, to get a sweep like that in the environment you were in your home ballpark?
Well, Yeah, I mean, you got to say the environment here is pretty crazy too. We got awesome fans, and it made it pretty special for us to sweep a team that's very, very good. And it just happened to be our biggest rivals in the Civil War series. So it was, it's awesome, great experience. And again, like I said a couple times, I'll probably never forget it.
The whole deal.
Yeah, it's awesome. We get to go down and play at LSU. I know they got a great stadium, lots of fan interest. I think it holds something like 12,000 people or something like that. So that'll be fun to play in that kind of environment. And we'll get down there, the humidity's going, and it's hot. And 2 years ago we went down to Florida, and it was kind of the same climate. So I think at least the older guys, juniors and seniors, know what to expect, and we can kind of help the younger guys prepare our bodies for that and what it's going to be like. But yeah, I'm excited. I think everybody is.
Once you know regional sites, how much are you guys, after the win yesterday, paying attention to places you might want to go versus not want to go?
Not at all. I don't really care where we're going. I knew that we'd be in, and it doesn't really matter who we play. It's about us. And if we play good, we can beat anybody. So.
You feel like you're playing as a team your best baseball in all phases right now?
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing we talked about after the game. That was a complete team effort this last weekend we had, from starting pitching to, which wasn't even as good as it has been, but they still battled their butts off, and the bullpen, which has kind of been a little, shaky at times this year, but it was really good this weekend, and, our hitting was clutch, and that's what you need. You need timely hitting. So from a whole team perspective, I think that was the best weekend that we've had so far, and it came at a great time at the end of the regular season, heading into the postseason. So, I think we're all excited, that we can keep that rolling.
Did you guys almost treat that like a postseason series?
Yeah, that's we had a little team meeting before the series, and that's exactly what we said. We said this postseason starts now. It's not a week away. It's now, and that's kind of how what we wrapped our minds around, and how we entered that game from a mindset.
Does that help you going forward, just knowing what your emotions are going to be like next weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. We've been there. We've put ourselves in that position mentally, so we know how we're going to react in that situation. So definitely helps. Yeah.
So what do you tell the younger guys about what to expect, and other than drink a lot of water?
Yeah, drink a lot of water, and I would say get in the sauna. Just get used to that. Just environment. I remember the first time I walked off the bus in Florida, and I just immediately started sweating, and it was kind of a nuisance the whole time, and I was always thinking about it, but you can't let it get to you. That's just, they're dealing with it too. So you just go play ball, and I think another thing that'll help is letting them know the fans are going to be crazy there, and they're going to be all over you. But you can't let that affect you. That's what they're trying to do, is get in your head. So, just go play baseball and focus on what you need to do.
It might be worse this time in the catcher's gear, right?
No kidding. Yeah, seriously.
And speaking of that, Ryan, you spent a lot of time last summer learning the catching craft, learning it through the fall, and it seemed like it all paid off on that play. Michael's throw, your block, all of that. I know that's in the past and you're moving on, but still, Michael just said it's a weekend he'll never forget. What about that for you as a catcher in that moment?
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny. Andy Jenkins, he works with us with me and Espo and Jake, the catchers, and he always wants to do that drill where it's the play at the plate, and we were always like, come on, you just field the ball and apply the tag. But it really paid off there, because that was the exact situation as what he does. He hits one hoppers, and we got to go catch it and tag it. And thank God he makes us do that all the time, and he keeps us accountable. So yeah, it just really paid off. So.
How much confidence do you guys have going into this, knowing that you've taken 2 out of 3 from the number 2 seed, swept the number 5 seed?
Yeah, we got all the confidence in the world. We can play with anybody. Like you said, swept the number 5 seed, beat the number 2 seed 2 out of 3, beat Stanford 2 out of 3. We can play with anybody, and I think the Pac-10 is probably the best conference in America. I know the SEC is good, but I'll take the Pac-10, Pac-12, excuse me, top to bottom, any day of the week. You know, and I think we finished 2 games back and didn't really play our best ball. Shoot for probably about a 7-8 week stretch of that. So, yeah, we know we can play with anybody. We're good. We're good. We got talent. And we got a bunch of dudes who believe in each other. So, we're ready to rumble with anyone.
So collective groan when Oregon was announced as a national seed. Were you surprised?
No, I mean they were ranked 5th in the country heading into the last series, and I'm pretty sure they don't even look at the Sunday game. So they dropped 2. You know. They're still going to be up there. I really didn't think they'd get the 5 seed because they lost the 2 games to us, you know, and then ended up losing the 3rd. But I knew they were going to host, and you know, good for them.